Graph y equals 1/2 times cosine of negative 4x over a 1-period interval. The first thing that we want to address is that the input into our function is being multiplied by a negative 4. We said that cosine was an even function. So what that means is that the negative doesn't really change anything. So cosine of negative 4x will be the same graph as cosine of a positive 4x. Because it's an even function, the negative doesn't really change our graph. So we're going to graph y equals 1/2 cosine of positive 4x. Our amplitude, the a that's being multiplied times the front of the function, is 1/2. And now the period, the 4 will be our b. So the period will be 2 pi divided by 4. So the period of this function will be pi divided by 2, or pi over 2 when I reduce that fraction. We're going to use this as our input. So putting 4x in between 0 and 2 pi, we're going to divide by 4. And we see that our graph starts at 0 and ends at pi over 2. Our amplitude is 1/2. And now that we know where our graph starts and ends on the x-axis, let's find the midpoints. 0 plus pi over 2, and then multiply that by 1/2, we get pi over 4. 0 plus pi over 4. Add those together and multiply by 1/2, we get pi over 8. Pi over 4 plus pi over 2. We're going to give them the same denominator. That's pi over 4 plus 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, and then we multiply by 1/2. So that would be 3 pi over 8. We have all of our x values, our 4 equal segments for the x-axis. We have our amplitude, and now we're going to graph our cosine function. And it's the basic shape of cosine. Starts at the maximum, comes back down to the x-axis, goes to the minimum, comes back up to the x-axis, and then back to the maximum. So this is one period of our cosine function, where the period is pi divided by 2, or pi over 2, and our amplitude is a positive 1/2.